Hey everybody, welcome to Shop from the Heart. I'm a man of my word. I told y'all who I would bring. It's my dad right here.
Hey everybody.
My mom is behind the camera on TikTok, and Justice is on the camera on YouTube.
Hey.
Which is Isaiah Pfeiffer. That's where you find all my music, and the podcast will be posted after we record it on video. And quick mentions here before we pick the brain, because all this podcast we will take questions, but mainly this podcast today will be focusing on the one thing that we have 60 days left until college and pro football, and this is the guy that's going to talk it. This is the guy that we're going to pick his brain, and since he is the guest, we're going to talk about his Crimson Tide. Nick Saban's out the picture. We got a new coach now. We're also going to pick his brain, see what he thinks about how my Demon Deacons are going to do, and then we're going to all come together one accord and talk about the one thing this whole family can enjoy is the Eagles. So we'll take questions throughout the podcast. I want to take this opportunity and thank everybody that participated in last week's episode. It was truly a blessing. It was one episode that I'm very proud of. Appreciate Spencer's mom for chiming in and getting people involved in that.
Hey Spencer's mom.
Hey Spencer's mom, if you're live watching right now. Quick mentions here. I guess I'm a Lakers fan still. Bronny is drafted, so I don't know the details of contracts and everything right now, but we'll get that going. And Angel Reese finally beat Caitlin Clark, so congratulations to them. We're gonna go ahead and get started here with the schedule. We're gonna read them off and let my dad pick the brain. You ready?
Are we doing the college schedule?
We're going to do your Alabama Crimson Tide.
Roll Tide.
I'm going to read off all the games.
Roll Tide.
So you're going to start off with WCU. South Florida is next. Wisconsin. Georgia.
All those wins.
Vanderbilt. You sound pretty confident with Georgia.
Now Georgia is going to be a little tight for us because Georgia always have that dominance. They know how to play Alabama. So that can go either way.
And you got that new coach too, so you got to think about
that can go either way. So we might take a L in that one, but it's gonna be a close L though. It's gonna be a close.
So you have Vanderbilt, which is an easy win.
Oh yeah, that's a win.
Yeah, that's
so up until the Georgia game, that's all wins.
3-1. You're saying right now.
I say Georgia gonna kind of give us a little fits. They always do. So that can possibly go either way.
Mom, I already see you raising your hand.
I'll take a loss on that one.
So Dad, they're saying you're a little confident without Nick Saban.
Well, Nick Saban don't make the team. You know, I like Saban. Don't get me wrong. I like Coach Saban, but I think the program is the program. The foundation is already set. I think any good, decent, average coach can come in and kind of just play off of what Saban has already established. The only issues I would probably have is that he is new, and but it's not like he never coached before. So he's coming from
from Washington.
Yeah, he's coming from a decent program. Coach, don't mess it up. That's all.
Yeah, don't turn it into Oregon.
Don't mess it up.
And Washington.
Let Alabama stay Alabama. Let they run. They run first, and then you're passing. And that's Alabama's always been Alabama. So keep the same concept. That's all I would say. Yeah. So Vandy, we're gonna beat them.
And then South Carolina.
Oh, we got them too.
Tennessee
is kind of like Georgia. That can kind of go either way depending on who they got this year, what type of caliber of players they have. But I'm gonna give us a win on that one though. But it's gonna be a little tight, but I'm gonna give us a win.
Missouri, they're not a threat. Not
Missouri, yeah, we got that. That's good.
LSU is close to me.
Good.
LSU, that one is a kind of a nail biter right there.
Yeah.
For me, I know y'all got LSU in the past, but
no, it's
kind of like
it's conference
I don't
game.
know.
If they're in the conference, so.
But y'all still split, or did y'all do like the ACC and add everybody together and you take the top?
I don't know how they did it this year. I didn't for some reason I didn't watch college football that much this year. But I'm going to get back. I really got to hit it up this year because I think because Alabama was kind of in a rebuilding year, and so I was kind of watching other teams more so than Alabama. But
by the way, we're Colorado fans as well.
yeah, like I'm a Colorado fan because of Deion Sanders. I was a Deion Sanders fan because I played cornerback myself, defensive back, and I love Deion Sanders. So
Go ahead, Mom.
Brandon said, "Hey, family."
what's up, Brandon?
What's going on, Brandon?
But
And-
Brandon, have any questions that you want
He's-
to? Okay. Well, hey, Brandon, how
Hey,
you doing?
Brandon, how's it
Pray
going?
your family as well. Thank you for chiming in, by the way.
What's this school that y'all got to play at in Mercer? It look like Mercer.
He said,
Mercer.
"Love y'all.
Love
We
you
love
too.
you
Love you too,
too.
Brandon.
Tell your
Thank
mom. We said we love her
Yes, please.
and
I
your
don't-
dad. Oh,
Right,
and hopefully,
please
if your
tell
sister's having the baby, let
Oh,
her know
okay.
we're thinking about her. Let
Congratulations.
Cece know, and congratulations.
Tell her we'll keep them in prayer. But LSU would probably make it a little close, but I'll give it to Alabama.
Man, this next school, Mercer.
Mercer,
I don't know.
Mercer. I think we're gonna get Mercer.
I don't
You
know.
know they gotta throw a couple of them in there that you know.
I don't know. It'd be them small schools.
It'd be the ones you got to watch out for though.
Small schools.
It really does.
And then you got Oklahoma, and you close out the season with Auburn.
We'll get Auburn. Oklahoma gonna be a close one. I may give us an L on that one. So we're looking at 2 losses. Oh, we going to the ship.
Oh, my
We're going to the ship. We're going to the ship.
With a new coach, you
We're going to the
so confident.
Oh, we going to the ship.
Not as confident as I probably sound, because I don't know. A&T scares me because they're rebuilding. They scare me. They are. We should beat them, but they just.
I think y'all get A&T. A&T gonna play you strong because they local boys.
Yeah.
You know, so they gonna play you strong.
They had
but
2
I think,
losing seasons though, so
I
they
think-
got a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah, they got a chip on their shoulder, but I think y'all just a little bit better program. So I think Wake Forest.
Then we go.
We got an Aggie pride.
Yeah, well, the
Oh.
Aggies are coming to die to Salem. Come on now.
Sorry, Aggies.
Sorry,
I'll get into Wake
Aggies. I'm
Forest.
just-
I'm sorry.
Y'all can't hang in the ACC. I'm sorry. Y'all just.
Now I hope they don't beat you, Zay.
Listen, I'll have to hear it on the show now.
You sound a little cocky though. You know what I'm saying? You know y'all not Alabama, right? You know y'all are little brothers, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
Our last championship was 2006, so I can't say anything. But they threw us a curveball. They, well, we're going to give you an easy team. Then we're going to throw you right into the fire and throw you in the conference with Virginia.
Virginia's gonna be a tough one.
They had a losing season too because they were dealing with that school shooting,
Yeah.
and a lot of their athletes
Yeah.
they ended up passing away.
Yeah.
Was that Virginia or Virginia Tech?
No, it's Virginia.
It's
It was
Virginia.
Virginia.
You're thinking about that school shooting
Mass
that happened
shooting.
well,
Okay.
like
Okay.
in 06,
Okay.
07. But
I see y'all got an Ole Miss.
yeah, we got Ole Miss, and that scares me too. That scares
Yeah.
me too. Louisiana, I don't know much about them. That's a gimme game.
Yeah. So what you looking at? What's your record right now?
Right
Up until
now,
Ole Miss.
Because up until Ole Miss, then that's the bye week, if I remember correctly. After that, it's bye week. Then we play with Louisiana. So that's
So,
looking at about. I'm
2-1.
looking at about 2-1. Yes,
Okay.
because I think Virginia can get me. You got a question?
Miss
Mama?
Julie is here now, so you guys, she said hi.
Hey, Miss
Hey,
Julie.
Miss Julie.
How's
How's it going?
Spencer?
Oh, that's Spencer's mom.
That's
Yes.
Spencer's mom.
Hey, Spencer's mom, Miss Julie.
And then after Louisiana, we go right back into conference with NC State.
Yeah.
They got us last time. I don't know how good they look.
That can
this
go
year.
either way.
That is
That
a
can go either way.
curveball. I want to beat this team. I want to beat Clemson.
Okay.
I want to beat Clemson. I want to
I
beat
don't think y'all can go down with Clemson.
I want to
I'm
be
sorry, man. I
Clemson.
love you and everything. but
I want to be
I
Clemson.
think Clemson gonna
There's an
beat.
Oklahoma fan on here.
Oh,
Well, you know what?
no.
Listen,
He is Alabama, by the way.
I am. You know what? I'm really a. You mind if I go back a little bit?
Go ahead.
I'm really an SEC fan. But I actually wanted to when I was younger. I wanted to attend. Oklahoma was one of my schools. Texas was one, and of course Alabama. So that's actually my 3 favorite schools. So, but I'm an SEC fan. But I was forced to choose by some brothers of mine. that I can't just be like
Define
right.
force.
So I ended up going. I like Alabama. So, but Oklahoma, I love Oklahoma too. Y'all gonna give us a go though.
Yes.
So I'm gonna be kind of sort of internally rooting for both.
Isaiah, some of the people
so-
want you to introduce who that is sitting beside you. Who is that?
Oh, this is my dad. I told y'all a couple weeks ago, with the way that we do this here on this podcast is, for those of you who don't know, is that at our church, we always have a quarterly fast. He was on in March because that's when our quarterly fast was on. And this past couple weeks in June, we just had our quarterly fast, so I got him on in June. The next one will be in October, I believe. September. I think it's September.
Yeah.
So he'll be back in September. And that's when college football and stuff will really take full shape. And we really
What is
can
your
start
dad's
talking
first
about it.
name?
Oh, my dad's first name is Darren. I don't call him by his first name just out of respect. even though I'm of age to do so, I don't do that. I don't tend to call him by his first name.
What's your college gymnastics team?
Who, me?
It's
of course.
the same.
Yeah.
Roll Tide.
For both of
But
us,
I like
it's just the same.
But I do like Oklahoma. I like this. I saw Kentucky's gymnastics team, and the only reason why I started watching gymnastics, I wasn't really into gymnastics.
It's because of
and
your shirt.
because of my baby girl. So I had to kind of learn gymnastics, and I started watching, and I actually got into it. And then of course I knew about Simone, and she's a big Simone fan, by the way. Darren.
Yeah, they won't because they couldn't understand what he had said.
Oh,
yes, it's Darren. Darren.
Darren.
Yeah, we do you love gymnastics, babe?
I love it because my baby girl's there. But if she happens to, which I hope she don't, if she happens to not want to do the sport anymore, then I'm somewhere else.
But yes, I will have to say we're all Alabama. We're going to try to get her down next year to
Wake
camp.
Forest.
But her brother wants her to go to Wake Forest. We haven't actually seen their gymnastics team.
I've seen it.
But you know, watch this though. Who's raising her? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he just.
So,
We got ACC gymnastics just came up.
Right.
I'm
just messing.
school she's interested in, Dad.
Well, she does like Alabama, but
Yeah.
I think she likes Alabama because she know I like Alabama. But
She has a
I
sister.
really don't. She has a lot of sisters,
Mentors.
gymnastics sisters that go to Alabama. A lot of some go to Kentucky's. I think she had a couple of them that goes to NC State, Carolina. So she has a lot of the sisters, gymnastics sisters, by the way, that she came up with that are in college right now, and she follows them. But one of her favorite schools is Alabama. But I think she's kind of more so because I'm Alabama fan, so.
But yeah, right now she don't know what she wants to do.
She really don't know, but as long as she go to college, and I hope she sees it out and see it through, so.
We think so.
Yeah. But anyway, let's get back to your schedule.
One more question. One more statement says the Yankees aren't doing too well.
No, they're not. But as a fan who has experienced the 1998 World Series year, which is probably our best year ever, I told my friend Stats, who is my co-star on the Crossover Sports Show, I told him this was going to happen, even though we're still first.
Yeah.
25 games above 500. The Blue Jays, God bless them, they are what they are. And the Red Sox, God bless them, a couple weeks ago, they did what they did.
Well, I don't.
At least we beat them one time.
I don't follow baseball anymore because I have my middle boy don't play baseball. I follow baseball because of him. So he's not doing it anymore. So I don't do it anymore. So I just kind of get in where I fit in.
He
with
did
the
watch
highlights
the
and stuff
college
like that,
towards
Well,
the
yeah,
end
I did.
with ECU and Wake Forest when we pulled that comeback.
I did
And then when we were watching, what game was that? When Wake Forest was playing,
was it Florida?
Tennessee.
it was
Gators.
Florida.
The Florida
No,
Gators.
it was Florida State.
Florida State.
And I was washing dishes, and they put Hartle, the freshman, out there on the mound, and he was.
And that's what messed y'all
That's
up.
what messed
Right.
us up. And then Dad heard me. I was like, God! It was a walk-off home run.
Yeah.
I think it was like the score was like 4-3.
I just think the moment was too
They
big.
say
for
we're still in first place, but we're sliding.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I mean, we still got ample of weeks. I mean, we can win a couple more and lock up that number 1 seed for the playoffs. We're still good. I mean, we can afford to lose some. Not all the rest of them, but some.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to be Clemson. I really want. We were close. Not last year, the year before last, when they
Right.
came to Winston-Salem. I'm trying to get to that one or either Duke. And we just fell apart in overtime a couple years ago. Last year,
yeah.
we just didn't have the right team.
Right.
But Clemson didn't have the right team either. We were
Right.
just getting acclimated to this no more division splits of the ACC.
Well, good thing
and
is
everybody.
they actually rebuilding as well, because they lost a lot of championship caliber guys. So they're rebuilding. So this could be y'all year.
Maybe. You know, we got UConn. When did we ever know UConn to have a football team? They're not known for
UConn was
football.
good maybe 1 year, pretty decent. They wasn't overly good, but they were good. Like the only year I remember, way back in the day, some I don't know what year it was.
I always thought it was basketball.
Yeah,
They were always
they
decent
are
in
always
basketball.
basketball
Yeah, but they
team.
had one good football team that I can remember. But they wasn't like championship caliber, but they were pretty decent.
And then they just didn't throw us any curveball. They just said, hey, you know what? We're bringing Stanford and California into the ACC, so let's have y'all travel to Stanford.
Woo,
Yeah.
that's something.
Lord have mercy.
That's gonna be a
Stanford doesn't scare me, just honestly because they don't. I don't know what it is. They're not a football team to me. They're more basketball.
gotcha.
Mom, you had a question.
Julie went to Ohio State University. She said that's the best football team.
In that conference.
Again, roll tide.
And for that,
What's her name again?
Julie.
Julie.
And see, Miss Julie, that's where me and you disagree. Because when was the last time that y'all went to the national championship?
Well, they won
They
it,
were,
two,
what,
about
about
2
2
years
years
ago?
2 years ago.
Maybe somewhere around there.
They won it more recently than y'all,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Crimson Tide's got you.
But Alabama is, not Alabama, but Ohio State, she said?
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State is a pretty good football
Very
team.
good.
They're
Yeah,
known
they're
to
pretty
produce wide receivers. I
Yeah.
give you that.
They
Good
got
wide
a
receivers.
quarterback in the NFL, don't they?
Oh, yeah, they got a quarterback now
They got, I
coming
think
out
they
the
have
draft.
2 of them, don't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
2
in
of
the
them.
draft now. I mean, in the NFL now. That big time, really.
They didn't do us any favors either because they said, you know what? You can come back home, but
Yeah.
you're going to play California.
She said won 2 years in a row in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's right. She a fan, so she know.
I can't
But
say
again,
too much.
roll tide.
I
I'm
can't
with
say
you
too
on
much. I
that
only
one.
have one, and that's old. Way old. Like 12, 13 years old.
My team is not known for football.
You guys had a national championship not that far back in 2013, 2012.
It's been some time. Don't
Yeah.
give them too much problems.
Yeah, because y'all not known for football though.
No.
Y'all are a basketball school.
Duke University.
She was trying to make me a Duke fan.
And then we
So
got
California.
Carolina. That's been our Achilles heel as well in football.
So what we looking at your record now?
You're looking at at least about 7 wins
7
and about 3 losses.
3 losses right now.
right now.
Isaiah.
And then yes, ma'am.
Did Lysandra and Darren play sports?
Dad's football, and he was semi-pro. What was gonna go, but I'll let him explain that story. Mom was a cheerleader, which is a competition, not a sport.
And
She did play volleyball.
we like to
It's
pick
not,
with.
it's not a sport. Okay, cheerleading is a
That's an
competition.
activity.
Volleyball is
That's
Look,
extracurricular.
Look at it.
volleyball is a
Do you
sport.
know what position your dad played?
The position my dad played was a defensive back, quarterback.
Cornerback, yeah. Cornerback. I played cornerback and free safety.
Now,
Yeah,
just to
I
see
play
it
receiver
right
as
now,
well, so I play receiver as well.
he was slim too.
I was still when I was playing when I played up
funny.
north, up in a place called Watertown, New York. So it's a semi-professional team up there, and we did at the time I was playing. We did play. We played the Canadian football leagues.
Yep.
So we competed against them, and actually wasn't even in college and everything. We used to beat them guys.
Mhm.
Now them guys were big, but we was better though. We was more athletic.
He was in the military then
Yeah,
too.
I was in the military when I played semi-professional, and it's a lot of good athletes that are in the military. They just chose to go to the military, didn't go to college like myself. But I've always wanted to play the NFL. I did go to like a I don't know if you know this. Your mother know this though. I did go to like a Toronto Argonauts tryout,
Oh.
but I didn't have any college, and I made it to like the last round, and they told me that if I go get college, they would consider bringing me on. So at that time, I didn't have. You had to play 2 years of college at least. So
The best game I ever seen him play semi-professional was the championship game in 2002.
wow, you remember that?
And y'all
That was
won
his
that
last
game.
one.
Yeah, I still have that shirt somewhere.
We just packed everything
yeah
today.
yeah.
We did. We have shirts and
I don't know. I think we lost that one.
Y'all
think we
did? I
lost.
thought y'all won.
Did we?
no,
that
they
game
won.
in the
We did win.
Yeah.
Okay. We
Because you
did.
got the shirt.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now that time they weren't doing rings. The
I got the
semi-professional
jersey.
wasn't
I got the
rings.
jersey. They give you your jerseys in the game bowl.
Isaiah, someone wants to come up and ask a question. Is that okay?
Okay.
It's Miss Julie. She's connecting now. There she is.
Hey, Miss Julie.
Hello.
Hey, Spencer's mom.
How you doing?
First of all, I wanted to say that cheerleading is now in the Olympics.
Yes!
I knew that for some reason I knew you was gonna bring that. We were just picking though, by the way.
And I have something to tell you. I don't know, Lucinda, if you remember this, back in October, she's actually my first cousin, but she's young enough to be my daughter. She got a full scholarship to University of Hawaii as a cheerleader.
Wow.
Wow.
And she became a cheerleader for the Atlanta Hawks.
Wow.
Ooh.
Then they hired her to become a coach for Israel is going to have
Oh. Wow.
a cheerleading team, and they don't, cheerleading's not like really big in Israel.
Yeah.
So they hired her to be one of the coaches for their new Olympic cheerleading.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
Is she
a blessing.
home? Did she make it home, Julie? I
Wow.
forgot to.
She did come home.
Oh,
did get her
good.
home, but then she went back
Ooh.
because they called her and they said we need you back.
Wow.
You know?
Okay.
She came home. We were really worried for a while, but then she got out and then she went back and she says no, they because I don't think they're going to be in this summer's Olympics, but it's for next.
Wow.
But she is, the spinner. You know what the spinner is?
Oh yeah. Yes.
She's
Wow.
the little one that they throw up in the air, real high.
That's what you was. What?
Yep. That's what I was.
You were?
Yeah. We called them flyers. So I was the fly.
That's what I meant. The flyers.
Yeah.
Not the spinners. The flyers.
Yeah.
She's the flyer.
Wow.
Flyer. How tall are you?
At that well, I wasn't tall back then, but then by high school I was a base.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say because she's like 5 feet tall and weighs about 90 pounds.
Oh
Oh
wow.
wow.
Yeah, they were throwing her everywhere.
Tossing her like little beanbag.
I did want to correct you that yes. Now
We heard that, Miss Julie.
Olympics team have recognized cheerleading as a sport, as they should be.
Well, can we ask you how Spencer's doing? Did he come
Yes.
home today?
Yes, he's here, and I bought him one of those Intex blow up, pools like that you it has a pump to it.
Oh, okay.
Aaron and I tried to set it up real quick, and then he had to leave to pick up Spencer, and then
Oh
so I was left. I
wow.
didn't, straighten it out perfectly. So we gotta drain it essentially, and then refill it tomorrow. But I filled it as much as I could today, and Spencer walked in a circle for about a half
Wow.
Well, that's good.
Well, tell Spencer we said hey.
Yeah, tell Spencer.
He's just on my bed right now.
Miss Julie.
Listening to music, and
Oh, he's having him a good time.
he was good. He was good on the car ride home.
Oh, okay, good.
Happy. He's happy.
No, my husband has a question for you, Miss Julie.
Well, it's not. It's really a statement. Going back to the cheerleading. The reason why me and my son do that to my wife, because at one time we was kind of comparing sports, and I was like, I pick with her, and so I pick with her. I kind of run her down about being a cheerleader, but she was also a volleyball player and a basketball player, and she ran track.
Yeah.
So she participated in a lot of sports, but I like for some reason to pull that cheerleading thing out. Because it kind of picks a nerve because I've been choked over it. I've been elbowed, I've been all kinds of stuff. Cheerleading is a sport. Okay, it's a sport. It's a sport.
What position did you play on football?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I played in the high school. I went both ways. Back then, we were going both ways. So I was the starting receiver and the starting cornerback.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
Nice.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Has
ma'am.
Spence?
My son was a running back.
Wow.
He played both ways too.
Yeah.
What's the position he played? He was like tackle. Like he would try to tackle the.
That's what Justice does.
So he's defensive, like a defensive end or something then.
Linebacker.
Yeah.
Oh, linebacker or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, for the record though, just little tidbit. When I was 34 years old, I kind of sort of gave up football. But before I gave up football, I wanted to always see if I could play in college. And I actually played for Gifford College for about 5 games, and I was a start, and they made me a defensive end then. So they didn't let me play cornerback because I was so muscular and so tall, and they wanted short cornerbacks, so they made me like a starting defensive end.
What team?
Gifford College, Gifford College here in the North Carolina in Greensboro. So it's a Division 3 college. So, but I only played for about 5 games because I kind of felt kind of bad because some of the other younger kids were trying to up and come, and I had already had my time, so I just kind of stepped out of the way and let them have the starting role and stuff like that. So that's why I stopped playing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I swear I miss those days of going to the football games and seeing my son. I'm sure Lucinda, you miss going to the games.
Look, I'm not done. Justice actually starts in August. Like the first week, we will be back at the field, which is going to be
10U.
Tell them what team I'm gonna play for,
10U
Dad.
Cowboys, and we are Philly fans. So
she
that
knows
that's gonna
because
be kinda
Julie,
hard.
you're a giant. Ugh.
We hate the Phillies.
Miss Julie, go ahead and just tell her to get off.
In football,
Tell her,
in
you know.
New York, in football, the 2 teams we hate the most are the Eagles and the Cowboys, probably.
Yeah.
I think we all
bitter
hate
rivals.
Brady was on Buffalo. We hated them too, but then but the Cowboys and Philly we hate.
Well, don't feel bad because we hate y'all too. So it's all
Yeah, we don't like you guys.
mutual respect.
It's not that deep like the Cowboys.
We'll make sure to send Spencer an Eagle shirt.
The Red Sox and New York always have a big rivalry.
Yeah.
We'll send Spencer a Eagles shirt.
Yeah, I got about 3 of them. You want me to send them to him?
He does not like sports. Football, especially because he doesn't like the TV on. And
Oh,
whenever
wow.
this was like a big conflict in our house because he doesn't like the noise of the TV. He also doesn't like Al paying attention so much to
Yeah.
the TV when football's on.
Oh,
So he
Wow.
always comes up and says, "Turn the TV off, turn the TV off."
Oh.
He doesn't keep saying it until we do it.
oh.
Bless his heart.
So he's not so into it because, but he does like watching soccer for some
Oh
reason.
wow,
Oh, that's good.
that's
And
cool.
right now is the I don't know, it's not they have a European Cup, but they also
I
have
think that's what they're doing right now.
the America's Cup. What is the,
Stanley Cup.
Isaiah, what is going on in soccer? It's
Yeah, I think it's
Europe, I
Central
think.
America, maybe.
yeah, I think that's
They had a game here just the other day at the what is both Giants and Jets Stadium. It's
Mhm.
called MetLife Stadium. They just had a big Argentina was playing here
Yeah.
just the other
Oh
day.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
okay. Isaiah knew about it.
Two cups going on. They have the
Yeah.
European Cup, and then they have the America's Cup.
yeah, the like the not the.
It's a
but the-
Stanley.
I thought the Stanley was hockey.
He said
Stanley
FIFA.
Cup hockey. Well, hockey. Al likes the Rangers and hockey.
We're Hurricanes.
Yeah, with Hurricanes down this way. I think it's Carolina
Carolina
Hurricanes.
Hurricanes.
Yeah.
Well,
We
make
owe
sure
them.
you tell.
Where
Speak
are you from Fayetteville?
Oh, we're probably about from Fayetteville. We probably maybe about
an hour.
An hour.
2 hours, maybe.
Yeah.
2 hours?
Yeah, probably around there. It's not that far.
I don't want to interrupt this because one day I'm going to tell you I have to go to Fayetteville because I'm in the process
Oh
of
yeah.
finishing this one book I'm writing, but my
Oh, wow.
book after this
Uh-huh.
is also it's a true story and it is a crime story, but it takes place in Fayetteville.
Oh.
It's
Wow.
a historical story, and
Wow.
it's about a family, and it's just an amazing, unbelievable story.
Yeah.
I can't. Well, we can't wait. I love to read.
Yeah, I might come over and see you.
Yes,
Tell them to
please
stop by.
come.
Tell them to
Please
stop
do.
by.
Please
Bring
stop
Spencer
by.
with you.
Look, Isaiah's like, please. Spencer's not going for that.
No, he doesn't. I've never.
We can more space together.
Isaiah?
More space.
Did you hear what Isaiah said? He said we can more space together.
More space, exactly. I've never brought Spencer on an airplane.
Oh wow.
Have you been on an airplane, Isaiah?
Yes.
As a baby.
He don't remember it though. He was
Yeah.
just a baby.
Yeah, I just worry about him. You know, I could just see it, like him melting down and the pilot coming on and say we have to make an emergency landing somewhere.
Oh.
Wow.
You know, that's like my nightmare. So
Oh, bless your heart.
we don't really, but I wanted to do Lysindra. I wanted to do well, I'll talk to you another time about this.
Okay.
All right.
We're planning a in-person thing, but I'm gonna do the first one in Texas because
Okay.
I have a lot of followers in Texas.
Wow.
Okay.
We're
Wow.
2 nights at an Airbnb,
Okay.
like this, and then maybe we'll do one in North Carolina too.
Okay. It sounds good.
That's cool.
It sounds really
And then
good.
go to Florida, and we'll just keep going place to place.
Yay. All right.
Well,
that
we're gonna
sounds
keep
good.
Spencer in prayer. We're gonna keep him in prayer. Keep you and your family in prayer. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And you know what? Isaiah is such an incredible young man.
To God be the glory. Thank you so much.
What did you think of Bailey last time who was on? She's quite impressive. Remember
Yeah.
Bailey?
Yeah, it's quite impressive. That's
Yeah, because Isaiah's actually getting ready to sign up for Taekwondo now.
Yeah.
You know, are you on TikTok, Ty? You're on your own account?
No, I share this with mom.
Yeah.
Because Lysindra, do you follow Bailey?
Yes, I started following her afterwards. So I'll let Isaiah look at some of her stuff.
Yeah, because I mean, she's really. I mean, they're like, what, about 2 years apart?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And she's really very, very. She's level 1 autistic.
Now is it the baby that I heard on the show?
Yes.
That's from Norway or something.
Oh no.
Who am I thinking about?
Smart, very cute.
Very yeah. I think but he listens to the show after we've recorded
Yeah.
it, and so he's
Yeah.
trying to make contact with which one it was. But
Okay. I'm
yeah,
thinking about the wrong one then.
yeah,
Okay.
Bailey, no, she's a really cute girl.
yeah. She is.
A high voice.
Are you Miss Julie? Are you trying to match make? That's what it sounds like you're doing now.
Miss Julie. I meant to verify because
I hold both Isaiah and Bailey in that regard.
so Miss Julie, I have a question. Now, your dad was a rabbi, right?
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay.
Wow. Oh man. You got Amanda laughing at you trying to match make.
I got Amanda. First of all, I need you to pull me because
Hi,
Okay,
Amanda.
we're gonna unmute you so you can talk to Amanda.
because we have to. I can't figure out how to make
Okay. She's talking to Amanda.
Okay, let's go back to your what we looking at now? Your
So
numbers
Carolina, we're at 7-3.
7-3,
That's the record
7-3.
right now.
and that's up until
Up
Miami.
until we get to Miami and
Okay.
Carolina. I think we said that it couldn't go either way, right? Or no? That's
That-
Achilles heel right there.
Yeah, that can go, but it can go anyway. Y'all know how to play each other.
Yeah, but they beat us like 3 years in a row straight.
yeah, but they didn't beat you bad though. That's the thing. If you look at the scores, they didn't pound you or nothing.
Yeah, they didn't blow us
They
out.
beat you, but they
us.
didn't pound you. They didn't like they beat you 50.
They ain't known. They
Three.
ain't not known for football. They're known for basketball.
Yeah, they are.
Miami.
They in Hard Rock. We playing in Hard Rock Stadium. That is an NFL stadium. I don't think we
Yeah.
ready for that yet. I don't think. Nah.
So what we looking at now? What we like? What's the
I'm like
record?
I got 4 losses. This is
4
good
losses
enough
right
to
now?
get me to a bowl game.
So
maybe a
8
championship.
and 4 right now.
8-4.
Okay.
Now
Maybe 5
Now
because
Duke-
Duke can get
Duke
us
is
to-
getting a little bit better now in the football squad.
Duke
now,
is
so.
getting good. Just saying. I'm gonna be quiet after.
I'm just
You
gonna
are
say-
not a Duke fan in football. You hardly watch the football team. You watch the basketball team, and then when the basketball team ain't doing good, you jump ship with the Wake Forest, and you definitely a Wake Forest fan in baseball. We
Oh
know
yeah.
that.
Oh
I
yeah.
think
Justice.
I want to say something overall. When I've looked at Duke play in baseball, I say that they're an overall baseball team.
Yeah, I think they base. I think they basketball and baseball. Football is kind of sort of coming on, but they still got a long ways to go. I mean, but they've been doing a whole lot better compared to what they used to do. Okay, so, but like me, I like to see Carolina and Duke play. Somebody else say I can't do that, but. I don't listen to just any old.
Well, you
members do
really
their own
shouldn't.
thing. See, she getting mad behind the
You
camera,
can do
see.
all things through Christ.
Thank you.
There you
So,
go.
so that means I can root for either one of them, right?
Exactly.
Thank you.
There you go. Yeah. Oh well. Oh come on now. You can do
She
whatever.
getting hot.
Now, don't get hot because we're getting ready to close this podcast out with a bang here because we can all enjoy some good Eagles football in less than
All right
60
now,
days.
yes sir.
EAGLES Eagles.
Yes.
Now I'm gonna spare you the preseason because not only I don't want to say how can I say it like this. Not that nobody really cares about preseason. I watch it because that's football.
I don't really care about preseason.
But
days, eh?
it's more preseason's not about wins and losses.
Yeah.
It's more about the people that get drafted and you're
Development
fighting
and stuff.
for spots on the 53-man roster.
Yeah.
And so just know that we play the Ravens and the Patriots and the Vikings in the preseason. So usually it's a losing record for us, and that means we're going to have a decent season. It's rare that we have a winning record and have a winning season. It's rare.
Yeah, for the past several years, man, we hadn't been really winning preseason.
Our
anyway.
best was 14-3 from the past year.
Yeah, but that's not counting preseason though. Preseason, if preseason is kind of like a development and getting camaraderie and
See who can do what.
yeah, see who you gonna plug and play and stuff like that. But I do watch the Eagles when they say their starters are playing.
Which is probably going to be the
and some of the new guys, like some of the new talent. So yeah, now this year I am going to watch them a little bit more because we have a whole new coaching staff, and we have a lot of new players that are dynamic. That they say are dynamic. So I'm going to watch preseason this year.
They did say that Nick Sirianni has
More
loosened the
preseason.
reins.
Yeah, more preseason.
And gave Kellen Moore
Yeah.
more of that role like
So
he
he's
did
in
with
control.
Shane.
Yeah.
And he gave Fangio pretty much the same thing. Now
Yeah.
these are just reports that's going out there.
Yeah.
But they're well documented reports.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mom.
So do you think that Hurts is ready for Moore's
For,
offense?
for Kellen Moore's offense?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Dak Prescott and Jalen Hurts, they play about the same play style. They're both dynamic out the pocket. You need to keep them in the pocket. So you saw what Kellen Moore did a couple years ago with the Cowboys. So why wouldn't he come to the Eagles and do anything different? Unless he's got more plays designed around Hurts. So this is why the anticipation of football builds for me,
Yeah.
because I don't know until I see them in Brazil, which is the first game of the
That's
regular
gonna be
season.
a tough one. That's gonna be a tough
Green
one.
Bay, and I'm counting that a loss.
Toughie. That's gonna be a toughie.
I'm sorry, I'm counting that a loss.
Yeah.
I can't count it a loss, y'all. I can't count that a loss. It's gonna be tight, but it's really gonna determine who get off, who score first, and who has the rust knocked off more. And I think because our offense is a little bit more developed, we have a little bit more chemistry with the offense.
But you remember Jordan Love in the last game that we played
Yeah,
when he
yeah.
subbed for Rodgers. We ended up winning that game in Philly
Yeah,
on that Monday night.
yeah.
But
That's
your
probably-
boy Love ended up.
Well, that's because our defense we didn't have, defense. It's always defense. So we can get our defense.
yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah.
going to be looking at this year, because I know our offense is going to be pretty decent, pretty normal. Can't get no worse.
Yeah.
Not like, can't get worse. So we really in a good position. And really the pressure is really not on the coaches. It's really going to be on Jalen Hurts.
It's gonna be on the players.
And that's Jalen Hurts, because Jalen Hurts is they built around him.
Right.
So the pressure really is going to be, can he perform in that moment?
Right.
What we need for him to do is cut down on the interceptions.
Right.
But the reason why I think he threw so many interceptions last year, because they didn't play to his strong suit. They try to have him do more
Post
than
patterns all the
right.
time.
And so you got to put a quarterback. Jalen Hurts is decent. He's good. But if you try to play him outside his scope, his realm,
Right.
he's not going to perform like he should.
Right.
The way that the coordinator we had before he left, what's his name?
Gannon.
Johnson. Brian Johnson.
No, not Johnson. The one.
Stiteman.
Yeah, Shane Steichen. Before he left, look how he had Jalen Hurts play,
Right.
and look how Jalen Hurts was, because he was playing to his strong suits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and that's what you got to do. As long as Kalen Moore does that with Jalen, we shouldn't have no problem, because you got a dynamic running back and Saquon Barkley. You got Smith and Brown, and then you got Goddard, and you got these other guys coming along. You know what I'm saying? So
Blankenship, which we call 4th and 30 because of that infamous. But he had no help over the
yeah,
top.
he's just Blankenship is young, but I think he's going to do a little bit better, because if our cornerbacks see everything is really on our front line. If our front line can perform like they should be performing, when it comes to blitzing the quarterback and getting to the quarterback, pressuring the quarterbacks, and tackling. We sucked at tackling last year.
Well, this hip drop tackle is going to make sure of that.
When you can't tackle players, and you don't tackle players, that'll hurt you. And it's going to be very important that our front line going to have to help our secondary out. So
Go ahead, Mom.
Saquon Barkley, he went to school
Penn State, I think.
Penn State.
Penn State.
So is he from New Jersey?
No, he's actually from Pennsylvania.
Oh,
Philadelphia.
Yeah, he grew up watching. I believe he said he grew up watching Philadelphia.
okay.
So he's actually from that area. Him and Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons is also from. I believe he's from there.
Yeah.
When he first got signed, what his daughter say? Are we actually going to start winning games now? He said, let's hope so.
That's for you, Miss Julie. That's for you. He's in a better place now.
Speaking of better places, tampering versus non-tampering.
All right,
Week
now.
2
Yeah.
at home.
Yeah.
Falcons, who just got hit with a fine, a major fine and a draft pick for tampering to get Kirk Cousins, versus a team who didn't tamper to get Saquon Barkley. We just played by the rules, and he already told y'all he wanted to leave out of New York anyway. Sorry, Miss Julie. But I got that a win. In my book, that's a 1-1. His book, that's probably going to be a 2-0.
Oh, that's 2-0. Oh, not 2-0. That's 2-0.
I just want to say to hi to
I knew she was gonna bounce. I knew she was gonna come back.
Oh, hi, Iris. Now I hope because they're sitting with Swoop on their profile, so we know she needs to be hollering "Fly Eagles Fly."
Is Iris here or not? I thought I saw her.
I think, but I can't tell. We'll see in a second or two.
I'm curious what team. She's in New Jersey also,
But she can be Jets or the Giants, can't she?
but she's a little further south than me.
Well,
Southern
she
New Jersey tends to be Eagles fans. Northern
Right.
Jersey are Giants fans.
Oh, okay.
I'm curious what Irissa and Darius like.
well, you do notice that she and Darius is with Swoop in her picture. Just saying. I'm
Just
just saying.
saying.
She's with Swoop in the picture.
Well, I'm gonna see. We're gonna see each other this summer, so we'll have to talk.
All right now. Good.
We're gonna meet.
Go ahead.
So that's 1-1 for me. He's got straight 2-0.
I got 2-0.
You got 2-0.
Eagles and the Saints. My boy
That's a win.
from Wake Forest, Perry, the
Oh,
receiver, and the guy that I'm gonna eventually get on this show, the defensive back. What is his name?
From where?
don't know.
From the New Orleans Saints. What is his name? He follows me.
no, you've got Juwan, who is a tight end.
No, is he a tight end or a defensive
Tight
end?
end. What-
I
it's
thought he was
somebody on the
defensive end.
Saints. Somebody on the Saints follows me.
Juwan.
Juwan.
Is it Juwan?
And he's a tight end. Okay.
Okay, he is a tight
I
end.
thought he was a defensive guy. Okay.
Okay.
But I'm sorry, Juwan, and I'm sorry, Perry. When we come to New Orleans,
New
Yeah.
Orleans.
we have to put in
You
that
got to
work.
put it to you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be a revenge game. The next one.
Now this one,
Yeah, it's gonna be a revenge.
we
Yeah.
remember the 2002 championship game.
Y'all got me nervous.
We remember the wild card matchup from last year.
We saw it. in that
We
wild card
should have
matchup.
beat
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
just like we did in Monday Night Football last year.
Right.
Tampa.
Tampa. Yeah.
But Baker
We
Mayfield,
gonna
you're
get
gonna
him.
get this work this
We're
time.
gonna get him this time, Justice.
My opinion, right now, I'm looking at 3-1. He's looking at a good
4-0.
4-0. Perfect.
Oh no. Oh,
The
that's gonna be a tough one.
Browns.
Oh,
That is a revenge game for the defensive coordinator on that side, which
Yeah,
is
because
Jim
that is
Schwartz.
Jim Schwartz.
Oh
And
man,
he knows our strengths, and he definitely knows our
Well, he's been gone for
weaknesses.
several years though, so
2 years.
and yeah, it's unchanged since then.
But you
yeah.
don't play a wide 9 against Jalen Hurts. You don't do it.
Is he playing a wide 9?
Mhm.
Oh, and-
He is still
Oh,
playing
he's
that
still
wide
famous
9.
for
and
the
he
wide
ain't
9.
playing.
I couldn't stand that.
That's
wide
why
9.
they lost the playoffs.
Wide 9, man, just let them. They run all over you with a wide 9.
Go
Oh,
ahead,
question for you, Dad. So Jalen Carter, your thoughts on this year?
Jalen Carter's from what I've been hearing, because we really had actually really seen anything. We just been kind of got like word of mouth kind of thing. They say he's going to be bad. He's getting a lot of accolades from his teammates. And he played pretty decent last year. It's just we had so much other talent before him. But now, he's going to have to, keep himself healthy. Definitely got to keep himself healthy. But I think he's going to share time.
He played with N'Kobe Dean, right? He shares time
Yeah.
with him, right?
No.
No.
Well, N'Kobe is a linebacker.
Linebacker.
But we'll talk about N'Kobe Dean later. But anyway, I think he's going to share time. I think he's going to split that time with Josh Sweat. I think they're going to be kind of splitting the time because I think we got Huff on that other end from the Jets. I think is he a defensive end?
Yeah, he's a defensive end, I think.
Okay. Well, either way, we got another dominant guy on the opposite side. So he's going to split time with one of those two sides. But he got to keep himself healthy. The same thing with N'Kobe Dean, who's projected to be the starter. However,
well, they said that last year.
rumor mill is them linebackers that came in
are outperforming.
Yeah, Davis, who we got, your boy from Miami, was it New Orleans?
Mm-hmm.
They've been performing. So
Say hey to Kendrick.
Hey, Kendrick.
Now, this
Kendrick who?
better not be Kendrick Lamar.
What's up, Kendrick? What's up?
And we're not
Mr.
talking
Fair.
about New England. I
Is
hope
he a New England? That's right. He's a New
Yeah.
England fan, right?
He
Oh,
said,
we ain't worried
"Hey,
about them.
Fells."
We ain't worried about them.
That
They
you
want
can
them.
you can put I can put that ring on real quick and remember who beat you last time. 52.
Hopefully, you got rid of New England, Kendrick. We hope.
Kendrick, I hope your family is doing well, man. We love y'all guys, okay?
Yeah, we miss y'all. Speaking of Miss Julie and them, we owe you one. Remember that last game last year in New
Yeah,
York?
they got
we
us.
owe you.
They got us.
We owe you.
But we
one.
fell apart in those last 6 games, though. I kind of knew, Zay. I kind of knew because when we first started, we didn't really have no dominant, not one dominant game. To me, we didn't have a game that was like, oh
I say
yeah.
the Dolphins. Was
The
probably
Eagles
close.
the Eagles are back. To me, we didn't have not one of those games. Maybe the Dolphins.
The
But
Chiefs.
nah, we didn't. We shouldn't have. First of all, we shouldn't have won several of those games.
Yeah.
We just
Especially
won by
the
field goals
Chiefs.
with some last minute,
Halftime comebacks.
yeah. So what we did last year, we sucked last year.
Yeah,
Okay.
we really.
So I want to erase that out of my mind. So that's why I'm hoping this year can kind of overtake last year.
Well, I want
Hopefully
to tell
this
you
year I
something.
can sit and watch the game with you too, because last year you guys scared me.
Go ahead.
Well, you always scared. You don't even watch the game. You know, the other team don't kick the field goal. You ready to just stop? Oh Lord, we gonna lose, and it's in the first quarter.
Oh, I just
Well,
want to
I'm-
say quick goodbye. I have to go. Spencer's. I hear him stirring over there.
Okay. Bye, Miss Julie.
Bye.
Miss
Love
Julie.
you, Spencer.
Love you, Spencer.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that last year was last year. This year
I'm hoping.
is this year.
I'm hoping. But you know, you can always look good on paper, though.
Yeah, on paper. Yeah.
So I'm ready to see everybody hit the field. Not just the Eagles. I'm ready to see. I want to see Chicago. I do want to see. Not that I like New England. I want to see New England.
I want to see.
Definitely want to
Steelers.
see the Jets. I want to see the Jets because Aaron Rodgers going to be back. Also want to see Pittsburgh because you got Russell Wilson, who's
yeah.
been pushed by
Yeah.
Justin. You know,
Yeah.
what's his name? Justin
Fields.
No,
Justin
is it Justin Fields?
Justin
Okay.
Fields.
He's been pushed by that young guy. So I want to see Houston.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, I want to see Stroud in them, so they done got a little bit better. So it's a lot of teams. Oh, and the Colts with Richardson coming back. So
Oh yeah.
I want to see that. No, I got certain ones. Yeah, I got certain ones I want to see because everybody's coming off an injury. You know what I'm saying? And I actually want to see what the cornerback that new Kansas City got rid of. Snead.
Ooh, Snead. Yeah.
Snead, where did he go to? Anybody know where he went to?
I don't know.
I want to see him play. I want to see him with his new team. If anybody know that, please chime in because
Yeah, type that in the
Ladarius
comments.
Snead.
Yeah,
we
please type it in the comments. You know where Snead went.
Yeah, I want to see him play because I liked him. I was hoping that Philly would have got him, but I'm glad. Oh, I'm glad we got CJ back.
Ravens.
Oh, yeah.
Now CJ,
He
I
went
was
to the
mad at
Ravens?
you. That's right. He went to the Ravens. No, yeah, he did go to the Ravens.
Um,
Ladarius Snead, I think he did go to the Ravens. That's gonna be good.
We'll have to see him in the regular season towards
Yeah,
the end.
that's gonna be good.
Speaking
But I'm
of,
happy we got CJ back.
yeah.
CJ, you
we're
hurt my
excited.
feelings when you left the first time, but I'm glad you're back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm glad you're back.
You
So-
can help us out to right some wrongs.
Oh,
Remember a couple
glad
of
you're
years ago, Justice?
They should have
the
never broke
COVID
up
year?
that team. They should have never broke up that team. They
No,
should have.
they never broke
They should have
it
tried
up.
to find a way to keep them. Because that would have been we would have went back with that same squad.
Yeah.
But you know you can't because you can't find chemistry, and them boys had chemistry.
Right.
Want to ask you to elaborate on what you think's going down with Nakobe Dean.
Ooh, Isaiah.
Me?
Both. It says both.
Oh,
With Nakobe Dean, he's just young and just you got to get a feel for it. I mean, you look at the schemes that we played, he can't handle that. That's how you get injured. And then, you look at some of these fields, not to justify injury, you look at our field is turf. So what they call that turf toe. They call those injuries like turf toe, turf foot, whatever.
well, he has I think he had a leg what do they call it with the foot?
Mm-hmm.
He had one of those injuries.
Mhm.
But coming out, that's why he was drafted. Wasn't really drafted pretty high because
Right.
he had a small frame. He's small.
Mm-hmm.
Now he can play linebacker,
Mm-hmm.
but he's a small linebacker.
Right.
And so anytime you don't meet that certain standard, you got to have other skill sets, which he does. He can cover from side to side. He's pretty quick, pretty fast. However, when you get up against those guys that's just as fast and they got a little bit more beef,
Right.
that's where his struggle comes. But he has to stay healthy. It's not about if he can play. It's just he has to stay healthy.
Exactly.
If he can keep himself healthy, he's gonna always be in the competition. He's gonna always be in the running. But I don't think they're not gonna play him. I just think we got so much talent on the roster. They're gonna have to switch in and out, and everybody's gonna have to share time, especially on the defense. Now the offense is already set.
Yes.
Okay, but on that defensive end, because some of them are not going to make the roster, but when they keep those better players, they're gonna have to share time. Like Blankenship gonna have to share time. They're not gonna be out there all too, because you got CJ. They might be moving back there. Now we got Isaiah Rogers, who might be on the other side of Slate, and I think he should. But you got the young buck, plays for Alabama.
Mitchell.
Came at cornerback. What's his name? I forgot his name. But I mean, I think them guys gonna have to share a lot of playing time.
I think Blankenship's gonna be started because we ain't paying
Yeah,
all that money.
He's
for
gonna
nothing.
start. He's gonna start, but he's still gonna have to. Think they're gonna switch in and out. Because you're gonna have so much talent, and that's all of them. That's really on all that back end back there.
Autism question.
Okay.
So how do you, Dad? This is for you. How are you dealing with your son at an adult age now? Still he lives with you. Are you still as protective? What are some of your fears now?
Well, one of the fears I've always had was him going out and having to do things on his own. Because the world is kind of crazy, especially when it comes to people with disabilities. So that's always been I wouldn't call it a fear because I trust in God more. So, but that's always been a little whatever, not fear, but I wouldn't call it fear.
Like
now.
concern.
Yeah, I was. That's a good word. Concern. That's always been a concern for me. Now that he's older, I don't have a problem with him being here with us because I'm actually teaching him more things on how to. Because if he does decide to leave one day, I want to better prepare him. So I'm teaching him little things that how to be a better man, really. And a lot of that comes from just him watching. But then we also put him in situations to where he, like for instance, he wants to have kids someday. So I said, well, we talked. We had our little man-to-man talk, and I said the best way is to learn how to raise kids is to how you treat your brothers and your sisters. You got baby brothers and sisters, so work on how to don't try to be their mama, their daddy rather, but be their brother. But you can God always puts him in a situation to where he can get he has the preparation, but he has to recognize what God is doing. So I'm more so trying to get him to recognize what God is doing and don't try to rush it because when you get to a certain age, even though he's and mildly autistic, he does want his own way. He does want his own things because he's a man. He's battling because he's battling with his mentality as far as being, I think it's 16 now, versus his actual age. So his thinking is 16. So but his hormones is 26. So he has young adult hormones, and sometimes those clash. So just trying to work through that. That's really all the concerns I've had, because he's learned a lot. Learning
in the last couple of years,
working with how he speaks to people, not coming off so stern, voice softening his voice at certain times. So it's those little things. That's so.
All right, we're gonna rapid fire through this quickly because I'm running out of time here. Bengals and Eagles. You're at 5-0 right now.
Okay, so we already got the Giants. We beating the Giants,
We're
right?
beating the Giants. I'm marking that down. Actually, we can go ahead and say that twice. Any division, we gonna have go ahead and say whatever twice.
I'll give us a win over the Bengals too.
Really?
Yeah, I need to write that wrong of that overtime. Remember that 4-11-1 season? I need to write that wrong. That's wrong. Need to be connected. Sunday night football is the Jaguars and the Eagles.
Oh, we got
We're
them
wearing
too.
the Kelly Green on that night too.
We got them.
Okay.
Yeah, we playing it out
We got
home,
that.
so we gonna get them.
We always
Now this next one with
split.
the Cowboys.
Nah, we're gonna
We always
lose that.
split with the Cowboys.
We're
so
gonna
the
lose
Cowboys,
at home.
Yeah, the Cowboys
At their
gonna-
home.
Yeah, because Cowboys gonna be home. Now I'll be surprised if we win that game. But we always split with the Cowboys, so I'm gonna have to get the Cowboys. out.
It all depends on how we do these first couple weeks before we get there to them.
Yeah, but
Because they got a new defensive coordinator. They ain't got the same new defensive coordinator. and offensive coordinator.
And also we got their offensive coordinator that they used to have, so
Right, so
we
he
have
knows.
him.
And you know,
So
Fangio
he knows them, and so yeah. But I'll go ahead and give them the Cowboys that win. But that next one we gonna win,
and you know,
or we gonna win this one and they gonna win the next one.
right. And you know, Fangio, he works with the offense like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm going to play this type of defense.
Yeah.
But y'all might want to look at
And that's how
offense
that's
is
how that
going.
should work. Every coach should, so because if you learn how to practice against your defense and vice versa, then that's a better team. That's because chemistry makes a team really.
That's
You can
what
have your talent, but chemistry makes the team.
That's what he said he did during that 2022 season with the offense. He's like, hey, they're going to play this type of offense. Y'all might want to play this type of defense, whatever. You know,
And I think we over a
Washington.
little bit. So, sorry, Pastor Johns, if you're watching. I hope you're not watching.
Yeah,
But
we
we're gonna
over
put
a
it to
little
you.
bit.
We're gonna put it to you.
We over a little
We're gonna
bit.
put it to you. Yeah.
Washington, we got them both down.
I love you as a pastor. I love you, man. I really do. But we're gonna spank it.
Yeah. The Rams, they might owe us one because we did beat them.
Rams
in LA.
might get us, so I see that as
I got that as a win.
I got that as a loss.
I got this one as a loss. The Ravens and the Eagles.
So
That's the day
a loss.
before his birthday.
Yeah.
So right now I'm at 3 losses.
Trap game. Philadelphia and Carolina.
We gotta watch out for Carolina.
That's a trap game.
However, I think they gonna surprise us like just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
But we gonna end up beating them down.
Another trap
So.
game for me is the Steelers and the Eagles. That's another trap.
We've got to win because Bestie is still a fan.
Of course, I'm an Eagles fan, so I got to go with my Eagles. But that can go either way.
Mm-hmm.
That can go either way. With Russell playing better, and that can go either way.
Of course, we already called for the sweep for the Washington, and we've already
I think
got
the second
split.
one's going to be a little closer with Washington.
Yeah,
Because
they'll get
Washington,
their groove.
they're going to be in their groove then. So they might even get us. However,
It's always the however.
We already called for the split. They come into Philadelphia second to last week in the
It's
season.
over for
so that's
them.
either a win or a loss with each other. So that's what, 4 losses for me?
Yes.
4 losses?
And we're closing out the season in Philly against the Giants like we have been doing for the past 3 years.
Yeah, we closing that out. That's a win.
All
So
right.
what I got for I'm 4
You like 13-4.
13 and 4.
About the
That's-
same
that's,
record.
That's what I think we're going.
And we're going to win the division, and maybe we can rewrite the story since Cody Rhodes finished the story at WrestleMania in Philadelphia. Can we finish the story and go to New Orleans and finish that story?
But you know who I want to see, and I hope they win, and they win their division? I want to see them 49ers again.
Oh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's who I really want.
You ain't going to see him again because the defensive coordinator, nobody knows who he is. He's going to change up
You don't think they're
everything.
gonna be in? You don't think they're gonna make it that far?
No, the Rams got a better shot of winning that
But
division.
I do tell you what though, Debo is just Debo. He ain't really. But the heartbeat of that team is
McCaffrey.
Ayuk.
Well, and McCaffrey.
Well, I'm talking about if they don't got Ayuk
Mm-hmm.
and they don't treat him well, they done.
Well,
So-
and on that note,
Oh, got a question.
one last question.
We're
Go
gonna
ahead,
close, we'll
finish your
close it out
sport.
after
This isn't a sports question.
Go ahead.
Now that you have Dad and you, Isaiah. So this is a gymnastics parent. Bless your heart. We feel for you. We're praying for each other. How do you feel about all the Leos with your baby sister, your baby daughter, when in competition?
So this is just how it is. I work, so I don't go to all the competitions. I go to just a couple of them every so often that I can. But I work, so I wouldn't be able to answer really that question more.
Well, how do you feel with her putting that stuff on?
It is what it is. It's too tight in some areas, but it is what it is. It's what they gotta wear.
Oh, you might go and skip me because if I had my way, she'd be having a little skirt around that or some shorts on. So, but it's part of the sport. It is what it is.
Okay,
it's daddy's baby girl.
The parent agrees with you, with them being so young, and she is a believer. How do you feel about that, being a believer?
Well, I feel like it's always ways to conform without compromising. Because I feel you're not really compromising in that area. You have to let her know. I think more so you got to sit the child down and you got to tell her, because we are saved, and you got to tell her what is the meaning of the sport and how a female should be in the sport. Now, because she likes the sport, they don't let them wear the shorts. Now, I wish that they had the leotards with the shorts.
She does wear those.
But she does wear those in practice, but in competitions, they can't wear those. We were told. So again, I have to just kind of let her know what God expects. And that's about the only thing you can do, and just keep her in prayer. Or if you feel that convicted about it, you don't have no other choice but to pull her out. But that's going to be a whole nother situation that you won't have to kind of. So really what it comes down is to personal conviction. Because God is not going to hold her accountable, because she's not doing that to try to entice men. Your daughter's not doing that to try to entice anybody. So he's not going to hold her accountable for that, because she's doing it as part of a sport. It'd be different if she was doing it and trying to catch a man or want men to look at her. But these are, I wouldn't concern myself too much with that. I would just, pray for her. And keep yourself in prayer, because really you're the parent, and it's really gonna come down to how you feeling about it, and really it's a personal conviction. A lot of people don't get convicted in that way. So it's however God is dealing with you. So that's the way you're gonna have to handle it. Me personally, I don't like it, but I know she loves to do it. So I just talk to her, and I just kind of keep her informed. I do tell her to be careful, like bending over in front of little boys and stuff like that. So, and when she done, in between events, she puts on her sweatpants. So in between events, so it's little ways you can kind of work through that.
Do we invite people from church? Oh, absolutely. She's had tons of church. Oh, don't be ashamed.
Oh, she's ashamed.
Yeah, you can invite. We've had.
Yeah.
Lyric had half the youth department at her last competition. Lyric's conservative anyway. So she's not going to just walk around that way anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've had plenty.
Yeah.
I would say church people come. They people who really support her ask about her.
Most definitely.
All the time. So
and they don't judge her because of what she has on. They know that's as part of the sport. It's no different than young men playing without their shirts in basketball practice, or they playing in tank tops.
Right.
It's just part of the sport. But you just kind of talk to them. You kind of have to kind of build her up in the area and tell her what God expects. Because again, she's not out there trying to entice anybody. She's not out there trying to gain attention, or trying to, she's not out there for that. She's out there to compete in the sport. So really it comes down to your own personal conviction about it, because you're the parent. But you have to find a place. If your daughter loves it, you're going to have to find a place of compromise. Okay?
From a dad's point of view, when did you realize she loved it? Oh, they're level 2. They're just starting.
You're gonna know after this level. Probably within this level, you're gonna know. that's when I realized she loved it, because when she started at 3 years old, or 2.5 years old rather, when she started, they moved her down fairly quickly. And she was trying to do what the older girls do. So just kind of keep an eye on her, because when she tries to do what the old, especially the older girls, and she's looking and she's off to the side doing it on her own, the one way you're going to know is she doing it at home, and you don't have to tell her to do it. That's how I knew. She gets up and do
She's probably
everything
doing
on
it right
her own. She stretches, she exercises, she does all those stuff. So that's really how you're going to know, outside the gymnastic, the gym itself.
Oh,
Okay.
they're making her go to practice. We never have to do that. She can be tired. I don't know. I don't know. Dad, have you? Isaiah's
What-
usually the one getting her ready too. So have you ever had to make her, like she tell you she didn't want to do it? No, we
never had to. We never had to
that.
make her. But I will say this: if you're finding yourself doing that a lot, that might be a sign that she really is not really into it. So you have to kind of gauge it that way as well. Our daughter jumps up in the morning. In fact, she's up before we get up. Before my wife gets up, because they practice in the mornings on during the summers. So she beats my wife up. So she's like, when is gymnastics? We got gymnastics tomorrow. Or we got, so that's how her, and every child is different. But if you see a child just kind of struggling, they don't really, I don't really want to go to gymnastics today, and they're spot doing it, that could be a sign that they really don't have the passion for it. Because when they have the passion for it, you're going to see the difference. Okay, so Bill, I think we gotta close it.
Oh, last
We gotta close
question, Isaiah. They want to know that they didn't realize that you were involved in the gymnastics.
Rarely. I'm not really involved like that. I'm not.
Well, yeah, you are, because you work with her, you stretch her, you let her.
I mean,
when
I
she goes
stretch
down to the
her.
workout and stuff like
Yeah,
that. So.
but I mean, like, I'm not involved to an extent. I'm not that much involved.
He just gets her ready for practice. He takes her downstairs when nobody's here to spot her because she has equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we got I think we got to close.
We are well over.
So thank y'all guys.
12
Thank you
minutes over an
guys
hour.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
for
Thank
doing
y'all.
it.
Thank you, man, for having me.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. I love you,
Appreciate
buddy.
it. Love you too.
Love you. Thank you guys for everything.
Yeah.
Love you.